Hello, everyone. Welcome to this YouTube Live. As you're hopping on, join in on the live chat if you're watching live. And if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments that you're watching the replay. But if you are live, hopping into the live chat, then let me know where you're tuning in from and give this video a thumbs up. And as people join us live, something fun we're doing in the live today is I am doing a giveaway. So people who are watching the replay can also enter this giveaway. So if you want to enter the giveaway, there will be two winners and there are two prizes. So one winner will be getting the book, The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. This is a really, really good book. Hello, Ebony. So one winner will be receiving this book, one of my favorite books. And then the other winner will get one of my favorite Oracle decks. So I decided to do two different prizes because I know for some Oracle decks, like it's a little outside of their realm. I used to think that they were scary. So that's why I decided to do two different options. So to win one of these two things, you must first and foremost be a subscriber. So if you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You also must click the like button. So go hit the thumbs up button right now and then leave in the comments. And by comments, I mean the actual comment section of this video, not the live chat, but your name, your age, what country you're located in, and then which prize you want to win, the Oracle deck or the book. Are you excited about this? You have been looking for this book? Well, this is a sign. So comment, well, subscribe, like, and then comment your name, age, country, and then which thing you would like to win. I love both of these things. Human Design with Ebony. I love it. Zach, hey. Where are you guys tuning in from? We have someone from Australia. Australia. So, yay. I'm excited to give one of, or two of you, some nice prizes. Oh, and a bonus entry. So bonus entry, if you want a bonus entry into the giveaway, then share this live on your IG story. So you can either like take a picture right now, take a video right now, and go post it in your IG story. I don't know if everyone has the option to link things. I know that they just changed the whole swipe up thing, so I don't know if everyone has the option to link, but if you could also link this and tag me, that's an extra entry. Florida, Ohio, Colorado, Ecuador, Canada. Zach's 30th birthday is coming up. Join in the 30 club. I'm going to be 32 in December. Mexico, fun. Yay. So who here identifies as being an empath? Or maybe you're not like quite sure. Maybe you're like, I think I might be an empath. This whole empath thing sounds like me. Or maybe you don't even know what that is. And being an empath is different than just like having empathy. Like, oh, I feel for you. I have empathy. But being an empath means that you're someone who literally absorbs the energy and emotions of others. You feel the emotions of others. You feel a lot. It can feel like anxiety and overwhelm. And like, for example, if someone walks into the room and they're in a mood, you don't even have to hear them say a single word, but you feel like, oh, something's off here. And you might even internalize that as like, oh no, they're probably mad at me. I'm feeling this, so it's probably about me, you know? Yeah, way too much of an empath. So you might have also always heard throughout your life, you're too sensitive. Like, you're too sensitive. Like, you get emotional. Your parents probably said that a lot, or whoever raised you. But yeah, social anxiety is huge. Like you go out into a crowd of people or to a social event and you're like, this feels super freaking uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Maybe you even feel like you need to have a drink. Like, I'm out in public, like give me a drink or two or three before I can even interact with other people. But then like once I have drinks in me, then I'm okay with interacting with people because it kind of numbs the overwhelm, right? At least that was me. I was always like, I literally remember always going into events and the first thing I would say to my friends who I would be with is, I need a few drinks before I can talk to anyone. Like, so overwhelming. Yeah. What do we do about it? We're getting there. Be patience, everyone. Yeah. So I truly believe that the majority of people do have empathetic abilities. It doesn't even matter your human design. It doesn't matter. Well, here's the thing. Everyone has this thing, these neurons in our bodies called mirror neurons. And scientifically that can kind of back up empathy because we have these neurons in our bodies where we kind of mimic or feel or do things the way we see another person doing them, but that can also affect our emotional state. So there are things you can look into like mirror neurons, but I like to look at everything from an energetic stance. Ah, thank you. I'm an empath. I also uh, have been diagnosed with ADHD, although I think that it's part of being an empath and spirituality. So sometimes it's really hard for me to talk and like see things scrolling like words at the same time. So if I get off track, I just need to like focus. Um, so yeah, empaths just tend to feel a lot and it can be overwhelming. And I've heard a lot of people say like, this feels like a curse. It's not fun to feel people's emotions all the time. It feels overwhelming. If you identify as an empath or if you're identifying with anything that I'm sharing, does it feel overwhelming for you? Or do you view it more as like a struggle? Or do you view it more as a blessing and a superpower? I'm curious. Yeah. Yeah. I was just diagnosed with ADHD as well. I think it's common for empaths. I get tired easily. Yes. And then after you're around people oftentimes or in crowds, you're like, I need my space to decompress. Like, oh, I'm exhausted. Yeah. Someone said it's both a blessing and a curse. Yeah. A little of both. And yeah, it can be, look, very hard to see people in bad, sad moods. I can't take it. Yeah, when you see someone going through something, you literally feel it. And it's very uncomfortable at times, unless you learn to really hone in and master being an empath. Superpower for sure. I know how to approach people because of it. Yes, Brittany, that's where I'm at in life. So before I understood that I was genuinely an empath, I felt so overwhelmed all the time. I felt anxious. I had social anxiety. I would feel like buzzy and jittery and uncomfortable around people. I was a huge people pleaser. Here's the thing about empaths. Oftentimes we're people pleasers because we want to make other people happy because we feel the emotions of others. So if we keep that person happy, if we help fix that person, we won't take on the uncomfortability from them. So that's why a lot of empaths tend to want to fix people. Like they end up in toxic relationships oftentimes because they see someone who's struggling and they want to help so much. Like if I can help them and change the way they feel, that's going to make me feel good. But in a way, it's almost like we have this underlying motive which we don't understand, we don't realize it, but we have an underlying motive when it comes to helping and people pleasing. Because again, if we can help shift the emotions of another person, we then aren't taking on their energy in that way. If I can help shift them and the way they feel, it's actually just really going to make me feel better. Does that make sense? Yeah, people with trauma are attracted to my energy. That definitely happens. Once I realized I was an empath, things started to make sense. Oh my, it feels like you're describing me so well. I'm so glad someone out there is the same way. That's the thing. A lot of us are out here the exact same way. I used to not even be able to, as I've shared this a lot in my lives, I used to not be able to speak publicly, like in front of a crowd, even on a live like this. I would feel so much discomfort in my body that I would just like freeze up and shake and hold myself back and self-sabotage. The thing is, we feel so deeply, and oftentimes our self-sabotage is simply because we're feeling so much and we're like, we need to make this feeling stop right now. This feeling of discomfort as I'm speaking is a signal for me not to speak in front of people, to close off, to shut down. And it holds us back in many ways. And that's why it's so important for empaths to understand how to ground their energy, how to protect their energy, how to understand what's theirs, what's yours, and what's mine. Because if I know that I'm taking on your energy, I no longer have to identify that as mine. I no longer feel that person's energy unaware and go, oh, I feel that energy, not aware that it's their energy. Oh, I feel that. That's anxiety. I'm anxious. I have anxiety. And then I hold on to it. We feel energy from another person. We identify it as anxiety. And once we identify it as our anxiety, we hold on to it. We're like, oh no, this is bad. I'm so overwhelmed around people. But if you can be around other people and go, oh, I was feeling neutral. And this person came around and all of a sudden I have this sadness in my heart. And I can identify, oh, that person's dealing with some heartbreak right now. Lovingly send it back to them. Or you can even use that as an opportunity to say like, hey, how are you doing? It's not an opportunity to call out another person going, hey, I think you're dealing with heartbreak. I'm an empath, so let me help you. No, it's like that's invading on other people's energy. But if you can open up dialogue and conversation with people and give back their energy rather than feeling it within yourself, grasping onto it and then carrying it with you all the time. It's a superpower though. Like when you can learn to do that, it is a superpower. I believe that an unaware empath and an empath that is not healing is a victim to the emotions of others. If you're unaware that you're an empath and you're not healing from it and you're constantly just getting bombarded by all of this emotion outside of yourself, from people, from world events, from the news, from your parents, like it feels like the world's caving in on you, right? And if you're unaware of that and you're just constantly holding all of this energy, you feel like you're a victim to the world, to the energy of others. You feel like you can't be around others. You feel like you might as well either people please, which when you people please, you're always letting yourself down over and over again. People pleasing or avoiding. You may have gotten to the point where you're like, I can't even people please anymore. I feel so much. I need to avoid everyone. I don't want to be around anyone. It's too much. And again, that makes you feel like a victim to the world, right? Louise agrees with that. And it's a lot. And I've been there. I used to literally say, I don't deserve. I felt so much and I felt so bad for all of the chaos in the world. I used to say, I don't deserve to succeed. There are people dying and there are people starving. I'm no better than them. Why should I succeed? And I held myself back. Even though I wanted to help people, it doesn't really make sense. I want to help the world, but I don't deserve to succeed because there are other people suffering. Even though within my success and me having a good heart, if I succeed, I can actually help more. But we feel the weight of the world and we feel it as it's our own. I feel like I was meant to see this live stream. Yeah, it's a lot. And it's interesting. So side note, like before I realized that I was an empath and I was absorbing energy from people all the time, and then holding it as my own, anytime that I would cross paths with someone who was psychic or intuitive or a medium or a healer, they would say, you're like me, you should get a mentor. And also along with that, they would say, you're a true empath. You're constantly taking in the energy and emotions of others. One of my mentors, Riley, one of our first calls, she was like, I feel like you're wearing a backpack filled with rocks, like a heavy backpack filled with rocks. And all the rocks in your backpack that are heavy aren't yours. Like you're just collecting rocks from other people and putting it in your backpack. And it's feeling really heavy, but none of it is yours because you're just absorbing everything like a sponge. And it's when I started doing that work and realizing, sorry if anyone gets this or really an empath. It doesn't suck though. When you learn how to master it, when you learn how to deal with it, you can use it to help others, but you can't help others until you learn to help yourself. Again, an unaware, unhealed empath feels like a victim to the world. However, an aware and healing empath, you have a superpower. You literally have a superpower. Like, we grew up watching all these movies where there was magic and superheroes and superpowers, and we're like, I want to be the superhero. That's awesome. Well, when you can have awareness around being an empath, you realize you have a freaking superpower. The fact that you can learn to discern when you're feeling another person's emotions and not take it on as your own and not internalize it and not hold on to it, that's a sixth sense. Have you guys ever heard of clairsentience? So psychic abilities, clairsentience is clear feeling, feeling energy. This is an opening to spiritual gifts, which is freaking awesome, because now I can be around someone. For example, here's a little situation that happened. I went on a hike, and I always go on this hike and I sit on top of this mountain, and it overlooks LA, and it's so beautiful. It's so calm. I feel at peace up there, and I meditate. And one day I was meditating, and this was after I started really understanding that I was an empath. And I was meditating, and I was peaceful in my body. I had headphones in too, so I was only listening to the beats, and it was like music bowl sounds, and I was just super blissed out and at peace. And all of a sudden, I felt this like heaviness in my heart, and I was like, I feel like someone's here. I feel like someone's here. I feel like someone's dealing with heartbreak. And I look around, and a little ways away, like not even close to me, there were no shadows, there was no noise. I had the headphones in. I look over, there's someone there, and they look kind of sad. And I'm like, that person is currently going through some heartbreak. Like, I'm going to send them some love right now. This isn't mine. Like, I was literally at peace meditating. All of a sudden, whoosh, this energy, this feeling in my heart. Oh, I think someone's there. I think, oh, yep, they're there. I feel their heartbreak. So I just went back to meditating. And then a little bit later, that feeling faded. And it was literally as that person hiked away, went back down the mountain, the feeling left my body. It's like so cool to go, this isn't mine. This is a gift. This is like the opening to a spiritual gift. But the cool thing is, again, is a lot of us who are empaths really want to help people. We want to heal. We're natural healers. We're meant to do a lot of healing work. But again, we can't help others if we're chaotic in our energy all the time, if we're internalizing everything as anxiety and feeling crushed, because then it's just like this huge mass of stress and chaos around us all the time. But when you can take care of your energy, like I said, I was in this state of bliss and peace. Someone came by. Ooh, all of a sudden I feel something. That's not mine. Sending that back with love, then it goes away. I don't hold on to it. I don't carry it around. And now in my life, with my friends, with my family, with my clients, I know what's mine and what's theirs. Like I do an exercise with my clients all the time where I ask them what they're feeling in their body. And literally, as they name off what they're feeling, I'm like, literally, as we hopped on this call, yep, I'm feeling that lightheadedness you're talking about. I'm feeling the closing sensation in my throat that you're pointing out in yourself. I'm feeling this buzzy heart energy that you just said you had. Literally everything you just said you were feeling when we got on this call, that activated up in my body. But in the past, it would have been like, I feel all this in my body. I'm anxious around this person. But now it's like we're constantly picking it up. In the past, if I would have had that interaction and gone, oh, this is my anxiety, I would have carried it. I would have gone, oh, this is mine. I'm an anxious person. We would have gotten off the call, and I would have carried that through the day like, oh, I had anxiety lit up in my body. I'm having an off day, clearly. But now I can go, nope, this is theirs. Let's disconnect. Let's cut these cords, send it back with love, protect my energy. And my experience of life is different. So how do you get there? I had a conversation with my partner last night. I was holding on to all of his rocks, and he was dumping everything on me. I finally said out loud last night, I can't carry this anymore. So yeah, so that's the thing. I have learned to ground my energy. I've learned to clear my energy, and I've learned to protect my energy. That does not mean that I don't still feel things. Like, I could still be on this call and feel things from you guys, even though I'm not in person with you. This is digital. I can still, if I'm focusing in on what's going on, like, I can feel things, but I'm not going, oh, that's mine. I'm feeling overwhelmed. This means I shouldn't be leading, and it's just too overwhelming. And this means I'm a failure, because all the sensations in my body speaking in front of people was a no-no, because I would feel so much and I would shut down because it felt too intense. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this, but now I don't latch on to those individual feelings. Do you think it gets deeper as we become more mindful and connect to our higher self? Deeper as in it opens you up to more gifts if you're open to it. It opens, like I feel like clairsentience, clair empathy, being an empath is like the gateway to that, to other spiritual gifts. However, you don't have to dive in and open up all the other things. Like, you get to set boundaries. It's like, you don't have to identify with the feelings. This something mean I shouldn't lead literally went through my head before this call. Oh, the thought that you shouldn't lead went through your head before this call. Recognize it and let it flow. Absolutely. So with that, I did take some notes. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, it's a superpower though. Spam risk is calling me. Oh, another thing. By the way, I'm going to share more about this at the end. Like, one of my pieces of news is I am launching a course on being an empath. It's called the Anxious Empaths Survival Course. It's launching in a month, but it is in the pre-launch phase right now. I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end. No pressure, but if you want to get in on the pre-launch, I linked it down below. Again, I'll talk more about it. And it has literally all of my tools, all of the energy work, understandings, energy works, practices, meditations, breath work, 6 weeks of material. And I'm so excited about this because this is the work that's really changed my life. Again, I went from not being able to speak in front of people, feeling anxious, identifying as an anxious person. Like, you guys know my story, my like pre-life. I went from that to understanding my energy, to the fact that I can stand here, or sit here, I'm sitting, sit here and speak to you like this and create things and be where I'm at in life. It has been from understanding my energy, because when I was taking everything on from everyone all the time and identifying it and feeling overwhelmed, I was constantly self-sabotaging. Yeah, boundaries are huge. But yes, the Anxious Empath Survival Course, I'm super excited about it. Again, I'll share a little bit more about it. It's in the pre-launch phase right now, though, by the way. So if you join the pre-launch, you get pre-launch price, which is when the actual launch happens, will be a couple $100s more. So if you're interested, you definitely want to check it out now. And people who sign up for pre-launch, we're also doing a live call. It's a self-paced course, self-paced. So yeah, if you join the pre-launch, you get a live call and we talk about like your experience as an empath and what you want to see in the course. So you also get to be a founding member. And although I have the content ready for it, you guys get to help add things to it. So the things that you want to learn, you'll get to like give a little, get a little more for that. You've grown so much. You've accepted everything about yourself. Yes, thank you. So I was also going to say, being an empath affects your manifestation abilities. Because you guys have heard me talk about this many times. Manifestation isn't just about what you think and focus on and speak. Deeper than that, it's about what you feel. How many times have you heard me say that? Like, it's about the feeling. What is it that you want to manifest? What do you think that's going to feel like? How can you feel that now? But the problem is, if you're so overconsumed with energy from others, you're taking on the emotions of others, you're constantly feeling overwhelmed. You're like, I can't even get to a state where I can feel that feeling that I want to feel because I'm feeling so chaotic, I don't even know what to do with it. So being an empath, again, an unaware empath, tends to struggle with manifestation because they're absorbing and holding on to all of that energy. But the cool thing is when you master your empath abilities, because you're already such a natural feeler, when you can learn to clear the energy of others and get to your natural energy, because you're already such a deep and natural feeler, you can manifest like a pro. Like a pro, you're already such a big feeler. So you can actually, again, use that as a superpower to manifest the things that you want in life. This is why letting go and releasing is the first step in manifesting that is right. Yeah. Yeah, I can feel when I'm not aligning. I identify with self-sabotage. How do I stop that? See, there are so many layers. There are so many layers. Um, Good luck to all of you or us. Learn to ground yourself emotionally. Strangers will come up to you for no reason. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're an empath, you'll notice people tend to want to talk to you or like share their problems or emotionally dump on you because you're so open and you want to help and you're nice and you're like, ah, yay, I want to save the world. So people sense that and they're like, this is a person that can help me. And they oftentimes don't realize they're doing that. But again, it's because empaths are natural healers, but again, you can't help others if you don't learn to first help yourself. So, yes, yes, yes. Do you guys have any questions? I don't want to make this live too long. Good luck and wishes to you all. If you guys have any questions or do you identify as being an empath, let me know. We have a warmth to us. Yes, we do have a warmth to us. There's a kindness in us. But the thing is also, we get to a place oftentimes we're not taking care of ourselves where we get exhausted and we're like, I want to help people, but everyone's overwhelming me and I'm feeling all of this pressure. And although I'm saying yes and people pleasing everyone, like I'm still being nice, but I am feeling a lot of resentment towards everyone because I feel crushed by this pressure. Yes. Today I was listening to music by a certain artist and afterward felt my chest was tight and there was a dense, anxious energy in me. Now I'm thinking I absorbed the artist's emotions. So that's the thing too. Empaths, you're sensitive to the news. You're not only sensitive to other people's emotions, you're sensitive to the news, to certain music, to shows. So like what songs are you listening to and what are they saying? Like what are they affirming? Like there's this one song called Ruin My Life and it's like, oh, it's like the lyrics are, I want you to ruin my life, you to ruin my life, you to ruin my life. Yeah. I want you to F up my night, all of my life, all of my life. Yeah. And it sounds really good and it's poppy and I'll even listen to it sometimes like, yeah. And then I'll be like, wait, these are horrible affirmations that are programming my subconscious, right? I tend to isolate because of getting overwhelmed by others. Yes, definitely. Yes, and empaths also take on the world's energy a lot. So here's another thing, like you can wake up and all of a sudden feel like so much anxiety and maybe you're not even paying attention to the news. And then you go on your phone and you find out some big thing happened that day. Like you didn't even know something in the world happened. You just thought, "Oh, I'm feeling off." And then you find out some big tragedy happened and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that's bad too. Like I'm already feeling off and now this bad thing's happening." What if you're feeling off because you're picking up the energy of the world, of the collective? It's not just a bad thing on top of what you're already feeling. You're sensitive to energy. Again, it's a superpower. It's pretty cool. You're pretty close to being a superhero. Yeah. You're so correct. I feel that way before I find out that close ones had something traumatic happen. Yes. Who here is interested in spiritual gifts? Again, because this is like the gateway to that, but also the gateway to strengthening your intuition. Your body's constantly giving you signals. And the fact that you've been ignoring them for so long, that's why they're getting so loud. Like you're meant to understand this energy about yourself. Yeah, right? Very interested. And that's why it's so important to understand your own energy. And who here has had this lingering feeling of, I want to help in some way. I want to help the world in some way. Like I feel like I'm here for a purpose. I'm kind of scared. I've been super sensitive in the past. Same, 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 same. That's why I am very big on setting boundaries. Just like we set boundaries with people, which again, in the course, I'm going to be talking about boundaries not only with others, but you get to set energetic boundaries. I used to wake up in the middle of the night sensing energy around me and it felt scary. I now have very specific practice where I shut that down before I go to bed, and I no longer wake up in the middle of the night feeling something, when I used to experience that all the time, and I used to experience sleep paralysis all the time. I've learned how to safely like protect and set boundaries. Yes, all the time. I'm interested in for sure. And that's it again. It's like, as empaths, we are here again to be a light and to help people in different ways. That doesn't mean you have to have the pressure and the weight of the world to fix everything and everyone, because we can't. Even though maybe some of us have tried, but we can't fix we can't fix anyone, but we can't help everyone. But we have that feeling because we're meant to understand this energy and understand this about ourselves and use it as a gift. But again, you can't properly and sustainably help without first understanding your energy and your gifts first. It's like quantum jumping, but jumping into their emotional space. You need a quiet time first thing in the morning. Do you ever get lucid dreams where your senses, where all of your senses work in them? Yes. I literally said no out loud to a spirit at 3 a.m. Energy boundaries are so important. So I'm excited to learn more. So that's the thing. I set boundaries before I even go to sleep, and I no longer wake up in the middle of the night like that. If you absorb other people's energy, do you manifest what they would manifest? No, not necessarily, because you're absorbing the emotional energy, the emotions. So then you're applying that often to your life, like, oh, I'm feeling this anxiety, and or maybe you're feeling joy, because you can also pick up on good emotions from others. And I shouldn't say good, I shouldn't label that good or bad, but you can pick up like excited emotions. Like if someone's excited and you feel that, like, yay, that's a gift to you that you could experience that. But you're going to internalize it and then apply it to your own life and your own mindset. Here's another thing that I want you guys to remember. Empaths, we feel like we know things about people. Like, I know that that person's in a bad mood. I know that something's off. But I want to emphasize this. Just because you can feel that there's something off does not mean you know their thoughts. So just because someone walks in the room and you feel a shift doesn't mean to use your thoughts to assume what that thing is, what that issue is, what that heartbreak is, what that anxiety is from. So again, oftentimes we feel something off in another person, and we internalize it and personalize it and go, they're feeling off. It must be about me. They must be mad at me. There's something wrong. But that's not the truth. Just because we can feel what they're feeling does not mean we know what they're thinking or know what's going on. But we can know that there's a certain energy to the situation. And yes, you can develop that more, and you can have a little more of an understanding to what's going on in their life. But just starting out with being an empath, like, just know you feel an emotional shift, but you don't know the actual scenario. Just a reminder. I did do the medication before I went to bed, or maybe you said meditation. So you could have a beautiful night's sleep. Yeah, I need to help set those boundaries. It tricks me into thinking I did something wrong. I'm always saying I'm trying to mind my own business and live my own life. Yeah, definite energetic boundaries are a must. So some things that I want to, how do you meditate? That's an entire different video. But some things that I want to have you take away is, first and foremost, Well, not just first and foremost. I actually want to give you some action steps. First and foremost, the action steps that I want you to take away are start by, and I share this a lot within manifestation, but this also comes within your energy. So start by clearing your space. Can you take time this week to clean? Because not only do humans have energy that we take on, things have energy. Things, everything is energy. The clutter holds energy. Are there things in your life that you're holding on to? Are there old journals that you're holding on to that have like past dramas and like emotional experiences? Because that's holding energy too. So, first and foremost, take some time this week to clear out your space, clean, sage if you can. And if sage responsibly. I work with energy a lot and do a lot of spiritual practices. So I do use sage, but I'm not telling everyone just to go grab sage. And if you do, make sure it's ethically harvested and sourced. So clean, because things hold energy and things hold emotion. The second thing I want you to do is digital clean out. Action steps you can take. So not only, again, are we taking on energy from things, from people, things and people, we also transfer energy through our devices. So just like hearing that song too, like you heard a song and it made you feel a certain way. You're taking energy. That energy that was made and created within that song is then something you're feeling. The television you're watching. Are you watching Squid Games, or is that what it's called? I tried watching 2 episodes and I'm like, no. But it's affecting your energy. But more than that, your social media, if you're constantly on social media all the time, looking at people's photos and videos and reading their captions, you're getting bits of that energy and you're absorbing all of that energy all the freaking time. So clean your space and then also go into your Instagram or Facebook or whatever and do a digital clean out. Like literally go through, scroll through. If you're seeing posts from people that you know are not in alignment with how you want to feel and who you want to be, unfollow. And if you're like, I don't want to unfollow them because they know me and blah, 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 blah. Well, first and foremost, you can hide their posts. There is an option to hide their posts, but I challenge you, let go of that people pleaser empath tendency and unfollow, because you're taking on the energy from people all the time. So go through, unfollow, or hide people's posts. And then maybe there are some people that you like on YouTube that are into personal development and they have a lot of feel good or inspirational or motivational content. I'm not just talking about people who are like painting, a smile on their face and acting like everything's good. Like they can have serious things that they're saying too, but they're not just like bombarding you with all this chaotic news and energy and all that. Like, especially if you're following news on social media, unfollow that right away. If something massive happens in the world, you're going to hear about it. You don't need to be following the news stations as an empath. Wow, I will do this. Big thanks. So clear out your social media, clear out your space, start there. That is the assignment that I'm going to give you. What are you guys saying? I left social media over a year ago. Wow, well, thank you for joining me here. How can we identify if something we are thinking or doing is ego-based? Because even when we do good and feel good, it still can come from the ego. Thoughts. Yeah, that takes a lot of self-reflection and asking yourself, like, why am I doing this? Am I trying to help this person? To, like, again, like I was saying, we sometimes want to help others, but really we're trying to fix them, because if they're in our lives and they're doing better, we're not going to absorb all the feelings that they're feeling because we're empathetic. So am I trying to fix them and help them because I think it's just going to benefit me? Or am I doing this because it's truly from my heart? Am I wanting to manifest something because it seems cool and everyone's going to think I'm cool? Am I even, or even the example of, am I trying to boost and amplify my intuitive abilities because I genuinely want to help people and spread a positive message and do good? Or do I want to feel like I'm cool and above others and know things that other people don't? Because if that's what you're feeling, You can ask yourself, and you're allowed to be honest with yourself. Be real honest with yourself. And if right now you are like, ooh, I do want to like boost spiritual abilities and manifest things because I want to feel cooler and better than everyone, you can also clean that. You can clean that perspective and really tap into, I want to let go of that ego around this. I really want to let go of that ego around this. And if I'm diving into spirituality and, believe in spirit guides and angels or whatever, the universe even, like, can I ask for that energetic divine assistance to help ease and calm my ego and help me like sit my ego down gently and lovingly and come at this from a pure place, like a soft, loving place? Because you'll notice in yourself, like there's like this, like this little devil horns. I don't want to say devil or bad. It's just like the ego that's like, I want to be better than everyone at times. But you get to check in with yourself and observe. And again, you can clean that up and then lean into the truth of like, do I really want to help people? Do I want to trust the universe? Do I want to have a beautiful, magical life? And do I want other people to be able to experience that too? You'll if you're an empath and like you're a true empath, you probably, even if there are all these like tarnished ego bits to it, you can clean it up to the truth. And I bet you underneath it all, like you're a very good person and you're a sensitive soul and you want to help other people. You don't want to feel like you're on a pedestal. You want other people to win. You want to win and you want other people to win too. It's not one or the other. It's not like I'm better, I can do cool things. Ha ha ha, you suck, But it's like we can all freaking be magical and do so much. And that's literally what I'm trying to do with my life. I used to actually feel so awkward when people would try to put me on a pedestal. People that came to my retreat or people that I've met in real life and they start talking about like, oh, Annie has a YouTube following. Annie does this. I'm like, please stop it. Like, I know I should be more open and like, yes, I'm passionate and this is awesome. But sometimes I'm like, I don't want people to think that I think that I'm better than anyone because I'm not, because we're all equal on a soul level. We weren't born into this earth school with the same circumstances, and some people have been doing a lot of healing work and some people are in tough places and people have things going on and they might be mean or aggressive, but on a soul level we're equal souls. We're just at different points in our growth in life. I'm crying right now. I'm trying to figure out if it's my emotions. And you get to ask. So you could be picking up other people's emotions, but sometimes they really are they are our emotions. Sometimes I get triggered and I feel something. And maybe it's triggered by picking up an emotion from someone else, but it's also showing me something that I get to heal in myself. It goes hand in hand. I followed your scripting video for a few months and Life by Lucy scripting letter and got some of the stuff within a month. Amazing. Yay. So again, it's not to say that as empaths, everything you're feeling is just from other people and you have nothing to work through yourself. No, we have things to work through ourselves. But that's the thing. We start with healing and understanding our own energy. We start healing. And then we can get to a place where we understand our true, genuine energy. And we understand when we're picking up others. And sometimes it is blurry, like, is this mine? And I do have some tools for knowing in the moment if it's yours or someone else's. I'll actually share one tool right now. I wasn't going to try to share too many tools because I want to respect the people who join the course and not like give out too much. But this is actually a tool that I learned from Monica the Medium. And that is, our full birth name has a lot of power. Have you heard that before? Like, there's power in a name. That's why, like, say if you're working with angels, like Archangel Michael, you use the name and it's really powerful. So this is one thing that I learned from Monica the Medium. And that is, again, our birth name has a lot of power. So if you're feeling a lot, if you center yourself and say your full name 3 times. So I think it's first and last name. You can say your middle name too, but my first name is Anna Marie. So If you guys didn't know that, my real first name is Anna Marie, but I've never gone by it. So if I'm feeling a lot or in the morning and I just like have a lot of things stirring up in my body and I don't necessarily have time to do like a full meditation, I'll sit there and go, center myself, get present. It's not something to like rush and just like mindlessly say, but I really say with intention, Anna Marie Bardonsky, Anna Marie Bardonsky, Anna Marie Bardonsky. And oftentimes within like 5 minutes, within a couple minutes to 5 minutes, maybe within a minute to 5 minutes, I either still have that energy inside of me or it's gone. I know that sounds really interesting, but that is a tool that I'm going to give to you in this live right now. So again, it's not just going Anna Marie Bardonsky, Anna Marie Bardonsky, Anna Marie Bardonsky. It's saying it out loud with intention, calling all of your energy back to you. Yeah. So yeah, that is a fun little tool that I want to leave you with. So again, homework, clear your space. Things hold energy. Number 2, a big one, clear your social media. Unfollow or hide, but preferably unfollow any accounts that aren't serving you in your energy and your highest potential, highest timeline. Do those 2 things. Start there. Third, that simple tool of saying your first and last birth name, like your first and last name 3 times with meaning, really trying to be present, not just saying it half-heartedly. It's a powerful tool. And then another thing, so if you guys have done any of my lives or listened to any of my meditation, or if you're in the membership, or if you've been to any of my like master classes or full moon or new moon events, have you noticed that when I lead meditations, you feel things in your body, like you feel lighter, or you feel vibration, or you feel just a shift? That's because the meditations I do aren't just simple meditations. They are energy healing, energy clearing meditation. So a huge, huge part of me mastering my energy and my empath abilities has been doing daily energy work. Daily, 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 daily energy work. Like such a big thing. Cutting cords. Literally, I cut cords. There's a specific cutting cord activity. Brittany says, I feel electricity. So but also cutting cords. So energy clearing, healing, cutting cords daily. Like after I get off of this live, I'm going to cut cords, send you all back your energy. I literally create a shield around me, like an energetic shield. So I'm not constantly absorbing the energy of others. Boundaries, breath work has been huge. Like there are a lot of different things. And it's just really implementing it all into your life and understanding it that can absolutely change the way you experience life. Like I can 100% say that what I've learned for myself, and this has just been things that I've learned intuitively on my own, as well as from mentors like Monica the Medium. But a lot of it's things that I've understood on my own. So mentors, myself, practices that I've picked up from different places all over the place for the last 5 years. And really embodying it and making it a daily thing for myself has changed the way I experience life. Do you have to what? Do you have to what? Make it a daily part of your life? Yeah. Yeah. You do have to make it a daily part of your life if you really want to master your energetics and your empath abilities. So again, I want to encourage you that if the things that I've been sharing in this live, and if you've seen my life transformation and this resonates with you and you want to jump in as a founding member for the empaths, no, it's called the Anxious Empaths Survival Course. The soft launch, pre-launch is happening right now. And that means The full launch is going to be happening in about a month, but you have a limited window to join in on the soft launch, which is at a pre-launch price. When the actual launch happens, when it's available a month from now, it's going to go up several $100s. And people who join the soft launch are going to be founding members. We're going to do a live Zoom call together, and I'm going to talk to you founding members about what you've been dealing with, what you've been struggling with, what you want to see in the course. Because although I have the course mapped out, since it's not being launched for another month, I can add things to it. So literally, if you're a founding member, you get a say to what goes in this course, and you can get exactly out of it what you want if you speak up. And if you can't join the live call, then I'm going to make sure that I'm in contact with you, getting your input, what you want to see. And this course is 6 weeks long. It's self-paced. The reason I want it to be self-paced and a do-it-yourself course is because I've experienced people coming into my world, into a live setting, and this is for those people who feel overwhelmed in group settings and people who just want to understand their spiritual gifts of clairsentience and empathy. But I notice these people coming into my live world and they hold back. And I'm like, I see that they want to try so hard. They want to be a part of this, but I can see how, and I can feel how emotionally overwhelmed they are, even being in a Zoom call setting. They can't speak up, because I used to be that person. When I would get called on in a live call, I would have this energy just running through my body, and I would get all choked up, and I would feel so overwhelmed. And even like whatever I had to say, like after I would say it, I would literally turn the camera away from me and cry, because it just felt so overwhelming. And I'm like, I want to help those people in a self-paced way where they can understand their emotions and they can master their energy, so that they can step into any setting and not feel overwhelmed and chaotic, and they actually have a chance to succeed and use their power and develop their power. Because I was the one that felt held back in group experiences all the time. So that's why it's self-paced. So you can go through and just be in your own energy and not feel thrown off by a bunch of other people's live energy. So when you shake, when you speak, yeah, I get headaches after Zoom calls. Yes, even this live, after lives, I feel so lightheaded still to this day. Yeah. So self-paced, it's 6 weeks, that's 6 modules, and each module is a week. And there are videos, like many videos, to understand and develop your abilities. There are guided meditations, guided energy work, guided practices, integrative things to do every single week. So you start making this a part of your lifestyle. It's not just knowledge and here's a couple meditations. It is steps to actually integrate into your life, so that you can learn to actually manage your energy. So you can know what's your energy, know what's their energy. You'll learn to ground your energy. You'll learn to protect your energy. You're going to set energetic boundaries with other humans, as well as energetic boundaries with energy, spiritual, so you're not feeling overwhelmed by everything all the time. You're going to learn to disconnect. And by the end of it, learn how to manifest better as an empath, use it as a superpower, and start to understand that it is an intuitive gift, and be able to discern, like, that is theirs, this is mine. And from there, you can actually start using it as a gift to help others. But again, I don't want to frame it as this is going to help you help others, because the real reason is this is going to help you help yourself, which down the road, once you really get a hang of it, you can help others properly. And it's a superpower. That's like the thing. I want you to come out of it feeling like it's a superpower, because it is. And then also, along with the 6 weeks of modules, there's a bonus module with a toolkit of, again, guided meditations, guided energy work, energy practices, breath work practices, different tips and tools, like the tool that I just gave you on saying your full name 3 times in a row, like a ton of different tips and tools for you to learn to master your energy. So I linked it down below. Again, if you want to be a founding member at the pre-launch price, that's only available, I think the live call will be in 2 weeks. So it's available up until the live call. And then it's not going to be available until the actual launch date after that. And then the price will go up to the actual price, the solid price. But yeah. So if that sounds intriguing, then click the link down below, become a founding member. Powerful. It's powerful work. Like, this is exactly what I'm passionate about right now, to help people not be so debilitated by this gift that they have and like actually change your life, because it will. So again, check the link down below. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a question in the actual questions under this video. And a reminder, giveaway. So I'm doing a double giveaway. One winner will get the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I never know if I say his name correctly, but it's The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment, one winner. And then the other, the link is in the description down below. And then another person is going to win the Work Your Light Oracle card deck. And to win this, you must be a subscriber. You must click the like button. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. Click the like button. And in the comments below, not on the live chat, but the comments on the video, leave your name, your age, your country, and then which one of these two things you would prefer to win. And if you want to add like your biggest takeaway, you can do that as well. And for bonus entries, so that is like your official entry, but for bonus entries, share about this video, this live on your Instagram and tag me. And if you're able to link this, that's awesome. I don't know if everyone has the availability to link though. If you love my tattoo, it says everything, or it says in perfect timing, because I believe that everything is happening for you in perfect timing. But again, 2 winners. Hope you enter. I'm really excited to give these 2 things away. And again, if anything resonated from this live and you really want to learn to master your energy as an empath, don't miss out on the pre-launch, because the pre-launch period is only going to be open for a little bit of time. You'll be a founding member. You'll have say in what goes into the course. Like literally, you get to ask for exactly what you want, and I will make sure that gets put in the course. So that's awesome as well. But yeah, I hope to, thank you, James. I hope to see you in there. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Let's activate our superpowers together. Yay. Let me see, are there any last minute things left? I don't think so. I think we're good on that. Yeah. Okay. Well, with that being said, thank you for joining. I hope to see you in the Anxious Empaths Survival course launching in a month. But again, pre-launch right now and a live call for the pre-launch members in 2 weeks. All right. Link down below. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you soon with a new video. All right. Goodbye.